This week, I'm sharing with you 3 of the most life-changing books I've read. These 3 books were truly transformational on my journey of self-discovery. This book woke me up to my thinking mind, and I saw the illusion of my thought-created world, which brought me out of it and back to this place of wisdom and well-being within, which I really didn't know was there. I was chasing it somewhere out there through courses and books and life experiences, and I could never find what I was looking for. And then I read this and I did exactly what it says on the title. I came home. I came home to myself and realized, you know, I'm not all this drama and insecurity and stress that I'm experiencing all the time in my mind and my emotions, but who I really am is much deeper than that. This book is just completely marked up. You know, I can open it at any page and there's something truly wonderful to share with you. So here are a few snippets that I've put together for you to enjoy and to get a flavor of what this book is all about. Deep within, waiting to be uncovered, is your wisdom. It exists beyond anything that you're thinking. Becoming more loving and wise is not a matter of development, personal growth, or self-improvement. Your essential nature is already one of love and wisdom. Therefore, it's a matter of realizing or waking up to what's already here. We're born into a world of form. At some point, you start to identify who you are with the objective nature of your experience. Your identity becomes, I am my thoughts, my feelings, my behavior, and my body. When your thoughts become your identity, that's called ego. Ego is a case of mistaken identity. You believe that the illusory thoughts that come and go are your true self, but your true self is the dimension of you that doesn't come and go. Fortunately, you're born with the capacity to realize that you're connected to something greater than yourself. It's built into you to realize your true nature. Just for a moment, consider what it would be like if you realized not a single thought you had was true. You'd be free of the apparent truth of your judgments, your doubts, your worries, your self-limiting thoughts, and your shoulds. Your psychological suffering is simply a function of mistaking your own thought content for truth. Awareness of your true nature awakens well-being. The Untethered Soul. It's a very well-known book. It's probably the one book that I have recommended more than any other book. In order to hold this up for you right now, I actually had to run to the bookshop yesterday and buy their last copy because I never have this book. The reason being, look, it's brand new, hasn't even been cracked open until now, no markings. The reason I never have this book on me is because I keep giving it away. It's so good. I keep giving my copies away. Now, The Untethered Soul is really like no other book. Well, each of these books is like no other book, really. This book woke me up to all the resistance I had within me. I had lived my life, basically, my whole life, just running away from all the disturbed energies inside me, you know, all the worries that my mind had created and I had believed. I was running away from them all, trying to find happiness somewhere out there. And this book showed me that I'd spent decades fighting with life and that I didn't need to carry on fighting anymore, but that I could just relax and release all that pent up energy, all that, blocked energy within my being. I could just let it go, that everything was okay, just the way it is. I mean, this was just mind-blowing for me. How can everything be okay the way it is? Everybody in the whole world is running around like a headless chicken, complaining and, talking about how terrible everything is. All you have to do is turn on the news. Everything is drama, everything is bleak, everything is scary. And then I read this and I realized that's not true, actually. That's not my truth. When you see that you're bothering yourself about everything that's going on because you're taking it personally, imposing your preferences on how life is unfolding and saying, well, I don't like this and I'd rather things were like that. When you see all that, you spontaneously stop doing it so much. My whole perspective changed through reading this book. And I realized that I can be happy now. And actually, I am happy now. I feel very content. This dissolved so much stress. I can't tell you, honestly. And now, if I do ever find myself worried or stressed about something, because life happens and I'm human after all, then I know where it's coming from. I know that it's not because of the things out there. I'm actually more interested in my response to what's happening in life. And this has saved me. This has saved me from so much stress. But anyway, here's a few snippets of some wise words by Michael Singer from The Untethered Soul for you to enjoy and to get a taste. And really, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend that you do. If you want to be happy, you have to let go of the part of you that wants to create melodrama. This is the part that thinks there's a reason not to be happy. You have to transcend the personal, and as you do, you will naturally awaken to the higher aspects of your being. In the end, enjoying life's experiences is the only rational thing to do. You're sitting on a planet spinning around in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Go ahead, take a look at reality. You're floating in empty space in a universe that goes on forever. If you have to be here, at least be happy and enjoy the experience. You're going to die anyway. Things are going to happen anyway. Why shouldn't you be happy? You gain nothing by being bothered by life's events. It doesn't change the world. You just suffer. There's always going to be something that can bother you, if you let it. The only permanent solution to your problems is to go inside and let go of the part of you that seems to have so many problems with reality. The most important thing in life is your inner energy. If you're always tired and never enthused, then life is no fun. But if you're always inspired and filled with energy, then every minute of every day is an exciting experience. You can learn to keep your centers open. You do this by just relaxing and releasing. You do this by not buying into the concept that there's anything worth closing over. Remember, if you love life, nothing is worth closing over. finally, we have this little orange beauty. This is practicing the power of now, where it takes all the best bits from the power of now, all the practical things, the exercises, the way to actually apply what the power of now teaches you. And I love a practical application book. I'm always looking for the quickest way and the best way to learn something and to actually apply it in my daily life. And this little book is an absolute treasure for that. Again, thoroughly enjoyed. There's so much in here I can't even begin to tell you. Well, I can begin to tell you. Eckhart has such a profound and wonderful way of explaining things that just resonates with me so much. You'll always get plenty of Eckhart Tolle quotes in my Wisdom Quotes Cafe Facebook group, that's for sure. So having woken up from being trapped in the prison of my mind and having stopped resisting life's unfolding and making peace with what is, this book helped me enter into the unimaginable riches and delights of the present moment. When you come out of the world of your mind and you become fully present, it's like you discover this portal into a new delightful realm, a place where you're one with all of life, where you sort of forget about yourself, your little self with its little personality and story and background and all that. You just sort of expand into the field of awareness and presence. Awareness and presence and oneness, they all seem to go together. And it's just phenomenal. This is where that satisfaction is that we've been searching for our whole lives. It's actually all right here in this moment. But Eckhart explains it much better than I ever could.
Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. The more you're focused on time, past and future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Life is now. There was never a time when your life was not now, nor will there ever be. Nothing ever happened in the past, it happened in the now. Nothing will ever happen in the future, it will happen in the now. Notice how often your attention is in the past or future. Through self-observation, more presence comes into your life automatically. The moment you realize you're not present, you're present. Whenever you're able to observe your mind, you're no longer trapped in it. Forget about your life situation for a while and pay attention to your life. Your life situation exists in time. Your life is now. Your life situation is mind stuff. Your life is real. Your life situation may be full of problems, but find out if you have any problem in this moment. Not tomorrow or in 10 minutes, but now. Do you have a problem now? You become so overwhelmed by your life situation that you lose your sense of life, of being. Or you're carrying in your mind the insane burden of 100 things you may have to do in the future, instead of focusing your attention on the one thing that you can do now. Presence is the key to freedom, so you can only be free now.
So I would love to hear from you, if you would leave me a comment below, about any books that have been life-changing and transformative for you. And also if you plan on checking out any of these three beauties here. Thank you for joining me. And also, I'd love to hear from you if you have any suggestions for future videos, because we've got a new year coming up and I'd love to hear your ideas.